Matt, today is Kids Take Over the Kitchen Day, National Peanut Day, Positive Thinking Day, Fortune Cookie Day, Hug Your Boss Day,
Oh.
and National Bald is Beautiful Day.
Wow. That's too many days all on one day.
That's a lot of days. Hug Your Boss Day probably isn't as bad as you and I just kind of did the noise about.
Yeah.
There are probably lots of nice bosses out there that you could hug all the time, not just on one day of the year, without worrying about getting a letter in your file.
And to be clear, our bosses are good.
To be clear, yeah.
We're just trying to channel the listener whose boss isn't so hot by going, oh.
Wait. Do you mean hot by like attractive hot?
Both.
I'm not going to hug him. He's not attractive. He's not hot.
Too ugly. Too ugly to hug.
That's not what you meant.
Or did
Right?
I? Or did I?
Right?
And so what are we doing with the kids? National Kids Take Over the Kitchen Day?
Kids Take Over the Kitchen Day. Yep.
Okay.
So they can cook dinner tonight.
Are you going to do that at the Kate household?
Tuesday night, maybe. Tuesday night's our busiest night of the week. So, hey kids, fix yourself your bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
Get your own chicken nuggets out of the air fryer. Yeah.
Kitchen takeover complete.
Positive Thinking Day. That should be every day, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was positively overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. That's a good thing to do. It's good to think positive thoughts. Good for you.
Yep.
But it's just a big to-do.
And Bald is Beautiful Day.
Bald is Beautiful Day.
I also think that could be every day. Bald is Beautiful Day.
You're going to shave your dome today, Kate?
Not today. Not today.
No.
No.
All right, Kate, what is splooting and why are Bay Area squirrels doing it?
I think we've done this one.
Yeah, but this time it's Bay Area squirrels and not New York City area squirrels.
Okay, so Bay Area squirrels are splooting for different reasons than New York.
Well, they're splooting for similar reasons, you know. Heat. It's been hot in California.
Okay.
And so the squirrels have been splooting. And if you missed it, listener, splooting is basically a squirrel splooted out. It's all splayed out. It's face down on the ground, and it's got its legs and arms at maximum spread to expose extra surface area to cool down. So now Bay Area squirrels have joined the splooting craze.
And splooting is a combination of splayed and scooting, right?
I forget.
Isn't that what we figured out?
I think we didn't figure it out because the article that we referenced before talked to two different linguists who had differing opinions.
Well, I think splooted gives off a different connotation than splooting. Splooted makes it sound like they got hit by a truck.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they look like.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, click on splooting in the show notebook.
Okay.
And you'll see the squirrel who's splooted there.
Oh, it does look like
like it just died there.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. Matt, do you remember talking about the guy who used a hot dog as a straw at Yankee Stadium?
Yes, I remember witnessing it too. I mean, not in person. I remember seeing the video too. Yeah, it was pretty gross looking.
So he took a straw and he hollowed out his hot dog to make a straw out of his hot dog. Then he put his hot dog in his beer, right?
And he removed the straw from the hot dog. So there was no insulation between the dog and the beverage.
Correct.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right. So it was a hot dog straw, right?
Yeah, hot dog straw.
Well, Mash.com said, hey, that's a good idea. What are some other foods that would make the best edible straws?
Okay.
Hot dogs being number one on the list.
I'm going to guess cucumber in there?
Cucumber is not in there. That's surprising. There is a vegetable.
Okay, what's the vegetable?
Well, I thought you were going to guess.
Which okay, let me guess. Which vegetable? Celery doesn't work.
Celery would make a good luge, right?
Yeah.
But not a straw.
Vegetable. I feel like it's got to be something similar to like a cucumber. But my brain is not firing at all on this.
Carrots.
Carrots.
Yeah.
Okay.
An edible straw option that isn't terribly unhealthy. I mean, I think I would try a carrot straw. I just don't want to go through the work of hollowing out the carrot.
Sounds like some work. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to guess some other things on the list?
Food items that you could turn into a straw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mozzarella stick.
Cheese stick is on the list. And that's another one that will require some drilling.
Yeah, that's tough. When you're hollowing out a hot dog with a straw, it seems far more doable than trying to pull that off on a... Like if you're doing a carrot, I feel like you need to get the drill out, for example.
Right.
But, okay.
Veggie straws, have you had those? I don't know how this would work because I think they'd get really soggy really easily because they're almost like a potato chip.
Okay. I
Yeah.
feel like maybe I've had this.
They're pretty good. They're our favorite snack of the week right now.
Oh.
I feel like we've been eating a lot of them lately.
Snack of the week.
Yeah. Twizzlers on the list. They're already hollowed out. You could, just bite off the top and the bottom and use Twizzler as a straw.
Yeah.
There's one that I've joked about being a straw. I can't remember if it grossed you out or not. Not a hot dog, but in the same family.
Bratwurst?
Slim Jim.
Slim Jim. You put Slim Jim in the same family?
No, it's a meat stick. No, tube of meat.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
Okay. What about a churro? Would you do a churro straw?
I feel like it would leak. I feel like that'd be a leaky straw.
Yeah,
Churro.
I feel like it would have to be like a sweet drink, like stick your churro in your chocolate milk and not your churro in your beer. I don't know. Maybe people want cinnamon and sugar in their beer. Maybe.
It may depend on how many beers they've already put down before making that decision.
Right?
Yeah. How's the family handling the death of the Queen, Kate?
I feel like I'm handling it the hardest. I'm taking it the hardest in my family.
I thought Elliot might be affected, since she had...
I know.
Since she wrote that letter to the Queen the one time.
And I was asking questions like, are you guys talking about this at school? And they're like, not really. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, this has not happened in our lifetime. This has not happened in our parents' lifetime. Maybe not even in their grandparents' lifetime. So,
the Queen...
Like the changing of the monarchy.
My parents are older than 70. Am I
I'm saying like this, like the changing of the monarchy. It was before my mom was born.
70 years ago? Your mom's younger than 70?
No, she's 72, but wasn't she crowned in like 40 something?
No, I think it was 50.
Okay. Same year then.
So wasn't it 70 years?
Same year then. So she still wouldn't have remembered seeing the change of the crown though.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. Even though it was the first televised changing of the crown.
You know what I saw about the Queen?
What'd you say about the Queen?
That she has a coffin. She's in a coffin.
She is in a coffin, a lead-lined coffin.
Not a casket.
Not a casket.
For the unfamiliar, Kate taught me what a coffin was on a previous edition to Matt and Kate. It turns out coffins, I guess, are for Dracula and the Queen.
Yep, the Queen. It's the shape. Whereas a casket is a rectangle.
Do you think she's positioned like a vampire?
Oh, she's probably holding something in her hands instead of across her chest, but we don't know.
She doesn't have a hand on each shoulder.
Probably not. Probably.
This coffin, doesn't appear to be see-through.
What do the manners have to say about where the deceased hands should be? Because whatever the manners dictate, that's probably where the Queen is.
The manners?
Positioned. Yeah, the manners, like the etiquette, you never saw the Queen cross her legs. You always saw the Queen cross her ankles.
Oh, that's a thing?
That's a thing. Yeah, you don't cross your legs at the knee, cross your legs at the ankles.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so whatever manners would dictate or what's etiquette, I guess, is...
Sheesh, I'm glad there's no rule like that for me.
Yeah, dudes have it so easy. It's ridiculous.
Sometimes I like to mix it up,
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Being a guy's pretty amazing most times.
Yep.
Thanks for the reminder.
You're welcome. Mhm. Matt, did you know that the royal beekeeper had to let the royal hives know that the queen passed away?
I saw something about this. Yeah, so fill us in. How's that work?
Okay. It's a tradition that dates back centuries. Okay. The royal beekeeper has to visit all of the hives at all of the castles in hushed tones and let the bees know that the queen has passed on and King Charles is their new master. And now, I don't know if this is a tradition, but he said he placed black bows on the hives and asked the bees to be good to their new boss.
He did what?
He placed black bows on the hives.
Okay.
And asked the bees to be good to their new boss. Because there's a superstition that if you don't do this, the bees could leave the hive, stop producing honey, or die.
And attack the king.
Or just say, forget it. We're done. We're out.
Peace.
Yep.
And then no more honey.
But he had to go to several castles and visit all the hives because the queen had lots of hives.
I guess that makes sense.
Yep.
And to be clear, you mean hives, beehives, not actual hives on her skin.
Correct. Okay. Well, we don't know. Remember, it's not a glass coffin.
That's true. Yeah.
Certainly, they would have put makeup on, though.
Should have made the coffin out of plexiglass. You said it's lead-lined?
It is lead-lined.
Is that something that you're aware of? Is that a coffin that you can buy, you know?
That I'm not sure of. I just saw that the royal family always uses lead-lined coffins, which I would think that'd be really heavy for those soldiers. But she was a little lady, but the coffin was 900 pounds.
Wow.
I don't know the really weight, but...
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh. Well, you shouldn't be joking about such a thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely don't joke about coffins being plexiglass or lead-lined or hives on the queen. Don't do it.
The outsized power of small acts of kindness, Kate.
Okay.
Do a small act of kindness and it'll pay off more than you think. So they did a study, right? And it was at a ice skating rink. And so they gave a bunch of the participants hot cocoa to go give to a stranger. And then afterward, they pulled both groups of people, both the person who gave the cocoa and the person who received the cocoa. And it turns out the recipient saw it as a much bigger gesture than the giver of the cocoa.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've ever thought that, oh man, the small act of kindness, holding a door or whatever, the person that you do it for holds it in much higher esteem than you might think. So it's actually, apparently, it's worth being nice to people, Kate. Learn something new every day here.
That just dawned on you?
Yeah.
Thanks to this study, now we know.
Mm-hmm. Phew. Thanks, Journal of Experimental Psychology.
Matt, Joe Pesci's coming back to TV.
Oh, didn't he threaten or didn't he retire once or something?
Maybe, but he's going to be in the new Pete Davidson TV show, Bupkis.
You said he's coming back to TV. I didn't know he ever was on TV. Thought he was a movie star.
Well, that's the title of the article because he was a series regular on the 1985 television series called Half Nelson.
Oh, yeah. Good old never heard of it.
Me neither.
Okay.
Yeah. He did say in 1999 he was going to retire from acting, but he's done 3 on-screen movies. Most recently, 2019's The Irishman. But Pete Davidson, he's going to play his grandpa in Bupkis on Peacock.
Bupkis.
Bupkis.
And what's the plot of this show?
It's a fictionalized version of Pete's life.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be a little bit exaggerated, but I'm thinking there's got to be like a Kim Kardashian, right?
Maybe.
Or, you know what, like a exaggerated, fictionalized version of Kim Kardashian with a crazy ex-husband named Kanye.
Well, this Weird Al movie, Weird, which is out in November, is apparently just full of baloney.
Is
Also
it?
highly exaggerated. Yeah, there's all kinds of things that Weird Al does that Weird Al didn't do.
So he didn't make out with Madonna?
Right.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was really hoping that was one of the things, the shreds of truth. No.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
They'd make such pretty babies. Let's picture the baby coming out with a big old fro. All right, Kate. My sister's name is Karen, and she gets ridiculed by strangers. This is a Dear Amy column.
Okay.
My sister was christened Karen. She works in a public service job that requires wearing a name tag. Since the Karen meme became a thing, the abuse she has to take from customers about it is pretty bad. Especially from teenagers, 20-somethings, and men who snicker at her name and make jokes about it, even to her face. So she's like, what should we do? What do we do? And the advice was, maybe she could just use her first initial or spell out like K-A-Y or use her middle name or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bring this up because I am anti-Karen, the meme, not the people. I think they could have come up with a better name. I think it is mean towards Karens, especially the delightful ones that I have known over the course of my life, Kate.
There's lots of delightful Karens out there. Correct. Do you have a different name they should have gone for instead of Karen? Like maybe something a little bit more obscure, like, okay, Gertrude.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because there aren't too many Gertrudes out there.
Well, I'm going to knowyourmeme.com now.
Okay.
I'm going to search for Karen. Because there had to be, like, a patient zero on this, right? Like, there was someone named Karen, I assume? Origin.
See, I think it's just got to be if you think about what the Karen means, entitled white woman. I mean, Karen just is a name they pulled out of the hat. It could have been Barbara. It could have been Gertrude. It could have been, but they were like, okay, Karen, live, laugh, love.
So knowyourmeme.com has the origin for Karen.
Okay.
While it's unclear where exactly Karen began seeing use as a pejorative character, it perhaps started with the, oh my God, Karen, you can't just ask someone why they're white meme from Mean Girls. Others believe the popularity of the name may come from the character Karen from the 1989 gangster film Goodfellas. So there you go. Learn something new every day. Kind of, because they're not really quite certain.
They're not real sure.
Mm-mm.
I never think it's the Karens that are Karens, though. So if your name is Karen, gosh, that sucks, but you're probably not a Karen.
Might be a redneck, though.
Might be. Matt, did you hear that Netflix is thinking about moving away from the binge-watching model? Not releasing all of the episodes of a series all at once. They're thinking about doing it like HBO does, weekly.
I had not heard. Are there no Netflix shows that release that way?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's the rule. Okay. That sounds like a good idea. Let people do it show by show. I don't think it makes sense for all of them to come out at once. Where are you at on that?
I love the binge. I love that it's all there so I can get to it when I can get to it. And yeah.
Yeah, I think we discussed this before. I like the idea of having to wait, anticipation. And you're going to have water cooler chat about it, even though people aren't really watching much of the same shows anymore because there's too many.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm a fan of the HBO style. So Netflix is thinking about is it going to be that? Just some shows, yes, binge, some no?
At least for some shows, but don't worry, they're not doing it for season 5 of Stranger Things. So if you're a Stranger Things fanatic, you're like, oh gosh, I'm going to need it all at once. Yeah, Netflix is not thinking about doing that for Stranger Things. So
put it directly into my veins.
But they also said with the binge worthy, there's more chances of spoiler alerts, which I get that. If there's a show that I want to watch and I don't want spoilers, I feel like I go out of my way to avoid those spoilers. But water cooler talk, if people are talking about it. Oh, did you see that last night with the dragon? I can't believe he died. Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn it.
I know.
So when's that supposed to start?
It doesn't say. It just says they are thinking about moving away from the binge watching model.
Gotcha. Bro vests are cool now.
Bro vests are cool now.
According to this article, Bro vests are cool now.
Are bro vests the puffy vests? Are they the fleece vests? Are they suit vests? What kind of vests are we talking about here?
Patagonia style.
Okay.
And apparently they were for dorks once upon a time. I didn't know this.
I didn't either.
Yeah. The bro vest. When you call it a bro vest like that, it does make it seem kind of dorky.
Right?
I doubt that's what the dudes say, though. Hey, check out my bro vest.
I mean, that's just for dudes, though, right? Vests are always in for the ladies.
Apparently. I don't know.
Good. I love vest season.
So apparently there's more diverse vests that are available now as a result of the bro vest getting acceptance. Kate, so...
you going to be rocking a vest now, Matt?
I've always thought I look kind of stupid in a vest.
Okay.
Maybe I'm making this article's point. But that said...
Now that you know that they're in...
Well, if I... I'll wear a hoodie often. You know, this building's kind of chilly. But then there are times I'm like, oh man, my armpits. You know, you start pitting out, you're like, gross. It's like if I were to wear a vest, my pits would be free to not sweat. But I don't know. I just feel like I can't pull off a vest look. But I guess I shouldn't knock it till I try it.
Yeah, you should try it. Matt, true or false, you keep a clean house?
No, false.
False. I would say that I keep as clean of a house as we possibly can while we're living in it, but I just came across an article that told me there are things that I have not cleaned. I don't know if ever in my adulthood, and I feel kind of embarrassed about it.
Okay.
So I thought I'd see if you clean these things too.
Probably not, but let's do it.
Okay. Do you clean your reusable grocery bags?
No. I've got one of those. I do not clean that now.
Yeah, we use those to, protect the environment, and we're not using the plastic bags as much, but apparently they are harboring all kinds of disgusting germs. So every time you use your reusable grocery bag, you're supposed to wash them in warm water and let them air dry.
Give me a break.
Right? Okay.
No way.
But I just didn't think about how gross they are.
Not going to do that. Well, they're closed most of the time, right? So I don't get...
mine's hanging on a hook.
I don't know why they're... Well, okay.
Maybe from the food that goes in the bag? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess could be something like that.
What about your soap dish? Do you do bars of soap?
I use a bar of soap in the shower, and it just sits on the ledge there. But the rest is just the soap dispenser. Yeah, there we go.
Soap dispenser. Same thing. They said you're supposed to clean your soap dish once a month.
That was self-cleaning. It's got soap right there.
Well, that's what I would have thought too. But if your dirty hands touch the dish when you're reaching for the soap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
So.
And you put the soap back, and then you just put a bunch of E. coli back on your fingers. I don't know.
Right. Monty has the soap dish in the shower for his bar of soap too. But I kind of was like, that's your shelf, so I don't pay attention to it, so I don't need to worry about it. So.
Well, I got to wash that off from time to time because it gets kind of soapy.
Soapy.
Yeah. Too much soap. But I think the point of your story that you're sharing is that it's not because of it's soapy, it's because it's germy.
Yeah.
Your soap dish got germy. Wild.
How often do you clean your dishwasher?
Well, this seems like another one where I go, it's also self-cleaning. It washes itself. But I've never done that. But I got the impression you're supposed to. There's like a garbage disposal type thing in there.
Yeah, the food particles and mineral deposits could prevent your washer from doing its job. So you're supposed to remove the food traps and run a cycle with white vinegar. I don't even want to be in the house when someone removes the food trap in our dishwasher.
Yeah, it sounds
real gross.
Sounds kind of gross. Yeah.
Sounds kind of gross.
Mm-hmm. Filthy.
There was a garbage disposal idea on here where it was it's really easy to clean. Just grab a wrench and a bucket. I'm like, you lost me. I want to drop something that cleans the garbage disposal when you run hot water or something. And then I just leave. It's done.
Yeah.
Bucket and wrench. No thanks.
These are all ridiculous asks so far.
Okay. The last one is dryer vent. Now, I always clean the lint out, but how often do you vacuum out your dryer vent?
Never done it.
Never.
Mm-mm.
Yep. But clogged dryer vents can cause fires and encourage the growth of mold and make your dryer ineffective.
Yeah, I remove the lint just with my hands out of the filter every time I use it, but
I did purchase a lint brush where you can really scoop in there to get the stuff that your screen doesn't pull out, but it's not a vacuum. Yeah.
It goes into the filter hole?
Yes.
You remove the filter and then it goes down into the hole and you scrape?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's got like a brush, so it picks up all the...
Fancy. I would never thought to do that either. Sounds like you're kind of part of the way there.
Right? Okay.
Now, I want to see these stats on number of homes that have caught fire due to the dryer. I think that's a bunch of baloney. That's right, I went there.
Well, I think it's possible. Like, I'm not denying that it couldn't happen, right? Well,
sure.
Yeah, dryers could start fires.
Whatever.
Would they start fires while they're running or while they're just, hanging out?
I would say if they were to start fires, it would be while they were running, but I still say that's probably a bunch of baloney that rarely has happened.
Is that like a struck by lightning?
Yes. It's exactly what I was going to say. It's like a lightning strike kind of deal. All right. Anything else that we're not cleaning that we're supposed to clean, Kate?
No, we're disgusting people, apparently.
Apparently.
So
well, yeah.
We're in good company.
I need the first clean the things that everyone knows you should clean before I go on to these obscure ones.
Right?
Yep. Nice try. Factoid sheet that Kate has.